Hi, I'm Dr. Kulreet Chaudhary, neurologist and Ayurvedic practitioner, and I'm answering your questions today. The question I've got is, I always get a summer cold. How do I avoid it or treat it once it's actually come on? So most people think of getting colds during the fall or winter, during the coldest times of year. And that's true for people who are predominantly vata or kapha, or who develop a vata or kapha imbalance during that time. But for pitta individuals, summertime is actually when they will develop a cold. The reason for this is the hot summer weather makes their own imbalance worse. And once any of the doshas are out of balance, they'll start producing ama or toxins. And those toxins are what predispose us to developing a cold. So the best thing to do is to reduce your pitta ahead of time before summer. That's why spring is such a great time to do a cleanse, because any of the excess doshas in the bodies, you will move out during the spring. So one of the first lines of prevention is doing a cleanse in the spring to prevent a summer cold, to prevent the accumulation of that excess dosha and the toxins in the body. Now, once the weather starts getting warmer, there's certain things that you can do on a regular basis to, again, reduce your risk of a summer cold. That includes following a pitta pacifying diet. The most important things with the pitta pacifying diet is reducing the pitta aggravating foods. These are fermented foods and drinks. So even kombucha for pitta individuals will predispose them to developing a summer cold. Alcohol is a definite challenge. And foods like sauerkraut and some of the other fermented trends for pitta individuals, especially during the summer, can create toxins which will predispose them to developing a summer cold. Other pitta aggravating foods are spicy foods, and this includes things like ginger, onions, garlic, in addition to the red hot chilies or the green chilies we think of as spicy. It doesn't mean you can't have these foods at all. It just means you have to have them in moderation before it creates a giant pitta imbalance. And if you're drinking drinks like coffee on a regular basis, that is also something that can aggravate pitta. So just reducing your coffee intake. So prevention is always the best, but if you're starting to notice, my pitta is starting to get out of balance, and how would you know that? Well, you're getting irritated really easily. You might be developing rashes. Your skin might be getting super red. You may notice some gastritis or heartburn, or you're breaking out. Those are all the signs of a heightened pitta imbalance. And usually one of the first signs will be that your bowel movements start to become looser. So if you're noticing that, then I want you to start drinking some aloe vera juice at lunchtime. Just about a teaspoon in a quarter cup of warm water with your lunch, at the end of lunch is fine, is a wonderful way to cool down that pitta. And there's another great option for cooling down pitta, which I think is absolutely delicious, and that's sipping coconut water. So once the weather starts heating up, just implement these tips and you're sure to reduce your risk of a summer cold. Now, once the cold is there, that dampens your digestion, and then we've got to switch gears a little bit, because now you've got to kind of burn off some of the toxins, and once you have the cold, you can get secondary vata or kapha imbalances. So then I switch more to a tri-doshic approach. And so once you've got the cold, just eat very light, eat mostly like clear liquid soupy foods, because those are easy to digest. Drink the prime tea. That's a tri-doshic tea, and it helps to remove the toxins out of the body. And take trifla every single day. So once the cold is there, you're not just balancing pitta, you've got to kind of switch a little bit into a tri-doshic approach, because usually the accumulation of toxins will throw off the other doshas. So for all of you suffering from summer colds, this will help to make summer exactly what it's supposed to be, which is a fun time where you get to go outside and, spend longer days with your family. I'm Dr. Kulreet Chaudhary, and I'm wishing you health and happiness.